Okay. Well. Okay, that'll do. All right. So I didn't film at all yesterday. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, to be honest. I lost my mic. I have no idea where that is. Yeah, it was a rough day. I felt like I had a major concussion, but I didn't get hit in the head. I went to the gym yesterday and I did my cardio. I planned a rest day anyways. But I did my cardio in the morning, and then there's a grocery store in the same plaza, and so I went there, and I didn't feel like I was real. Like my head hurt because of the lights, and I was just very I can't describe it. I don't know. I felt like I was just moving autonomously, and there wasn't a thought going on in my head. It was a weird feeling, kind of a scary feeling, and that feeling just took over for the rest of the day yesterday. I have been in and out of sleep, trying to sleep it off. Again, I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm hoping it's just, being sick or whatever. I don't know. But I just finished the pull workout, which I will cut to in a second, and that'll be it for today because I just am fried and I have no idea why, and it's frustrating, but I can't. I'm doing what I can, right? So, and it's shit like the mic's not working or not working with I don't know where they are. I'm not on open tomorrow, so that'll give me another day of rest and I can get my fucking life together. Because yeah, this isn't fun, but it is what it is. I fucked up and I just binged. It just did not help at all. I was like 37 days without binging, and then I did, and it sucks, but it happened. I did it. There's no one to blame, and that's just something that I haven't fully addressed yet. I went to therapy for a lot of things, and my relationship with food definitely needs to I definitely need to take a look at it because it's a very unhealthy one. But what the fuck is going on? Is there a fight happening? But I forgot where I was. It is what it is. I've brushed on it before. I don't have a great relationship. I'd hate to throw the word disorder in there, right? Because I've never been diagnosed, and that takes away from people who truly suffer through those things, and they're ugly and they're not anything to make light of. But in terms of my relationship with food, it's definitely been a bad one since wrestling, and I use it for a lot of things to deal with I don't know, to comfort, to when I get overwhelmed, when I just feel like shit, I guess. Food is always there, and so not ideal if you want to be in any cosmetic business, which wrestling is. And it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna take a look at that. I have to reset my counter. Still haven't drank, so that's good. But that wasn't ever as big of a problem as food. Food has always been my biggest problem, as evidenced by what happened yesterday. So, yep, not every day is a win. These days are certainly not wins. But you also don't learn unless you lose, and whatever fucking cliche you want to throw in there, throw in. It is what it is. I when I said fuck it, I didn't mean I would only talk about the good, right? There is plenty of negative to go with it. But at the end of the day, I'm still very blessed. I'm still grateful for everything I have, and it's always been myself in terms of who's holding me back. It's never been anyone else. It's always been me. So this is just another battle with myself, and I'll bounce back and we'll get right back going. So today we got a workout in. Tomorrow is a new day, and we keep pushing forward. So thanks, guys.
Alright guys, here is a pull day on a sick day. We start with some pull downs. I believe we did a heavy and a back off of just normal wider grip pronouns, oh my god, pull downs. Not necessarily the widest grip available, but outside shoulder width. And then I'm trying to drive those elbows back into my glutes in order to engage the lats as much as possible. A good cue here that I like to use is I think about almost like a bench press. Like I think about bending the bar. It's not going to bend, right? But that's how we engage those lats here, and then pull down to your chest. And as you can see, I'm getting a stretch at the top. I probably could have paused a little bit at the top, and I know there's conflicting research on whether the stretch portion is actually the most hypertrophic in terms of lat-based growth. But for me, I enjoy training that way, so that's what I do. As long as you have safe, consistent form and you push the intensity, you're going to make progress, in my opinion at least. And as you can see here, I incorporated some long length partials at the end from the end range of the movement just to get some extra oomph out of each set. I don't believe I do that in the other movements. I just do it to start here, and then after this my lats are pretty pumped up, which feel great. So afterwards we move into a supinated reverse grip, and as you can see here, my coach is actually instructing me to hold for a second at the contraction. I understand there's, again, research to show that the contraction isn't necessarily the most stimulating part of the rep. However, it's not going to hurt you to really squeeze and control and focus on the muscle that you're contracting. So I hate these, but because I hate them so much, I love them. It's a very much a love-hate relationship, and it's, I don't know. I was never a reverse grip guy until they were programmed into my program, and now I kind of enjoy it because it is a little bit more of a struggle and a different feel than a normal pull down, as you saw earlier. From here, we head into I won't lie, it was supposed to be a one-armed row, whether that be machine, cable, or dumbbell, but I did this, I haven't used this seated cable yet, so I wanted to use it, and then I was just honestly trying to get through this workout, and so I opted to do 2 arms at once. Could I have gotten more out of the single arm? Absolutely. Should I have done it? Yes, because that was what was programmed, but I had some grace with myself and decided to just be a little bit more time efficient because I was not feeling it today, obviously. As you can see, I'm trying to get as much of a stretch as I can without completely having my chest fall forward, because I'm trying to stretch the lat, not necessarily get my hamstrings and glutes involved, almost RDL-like sometimes when people go too far, in my opinion. Same deal here, pulling into our hips rather than our chest, so that way we can get as much lat engagement as possible. You'll see later in the workout we have another row that is more trap rhomboid based, and you'll see just the movement pattern. I'm pulling more towards my chest. It is on a pin loaded Cybex machine, so you can do it with this cable. I would just be pulling more towards my chest and flaring my elbows out rather than keeping them in and focusing all that contraction on the lats like I am here. Here's the last set, I believe. I believe this is the heaviest set, which is why I have the Versagrips out, or the knockoff Versagrips. Yeah, and this is post binge, obviously, so I'm not as lean as I would like to. But again, have grace with yourself. Like, I struggle with that, and I'm just owning it. And it's data, right? I messed up, but because like my physique reflects the mistake, but I'm not using that as like to prove I'm not worth anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to emotionally detach from that. It's, okay, this happened. We just have to move forward and accept. Like normally I would just cover up and be in full sweats, but I made it a point to kind of wear a cutoff and um, just face like almost my fear, I guess, of oh my god, I feel like shit, I look like shit, I am shit. It's like, no, that's not true. You made a mistake. It is what it is. Let's move forward and business as usual. So here, this is what I was talking about earlier with the more trap rhomboid based row. You see I'm pulling a little bit higher. I put the seat down, and then my elbows, honestly, I like watching these back because they're not as flared as I would probably like. I know that they probably could if I were to use those overhand handles, but this is a row slash rear delt machine. So when I use those overhands, it actually isn't as stable because the arms go side to side. And if I use the parallel grip, I'm able to get a good squeeze on those traps and not worry about the arms flailing, and I have to stabilize those as well. So, and this is chest supported, obviously. This is what my coach calls a muscle round. So it's 5 sets. I believe it's 10 reps. It might be 8. It's either 8 or 10 reps with 20-second rest in between. So as you can see, I have my phone set up there, and we're cutting off the rest, obviously. But these are brutal. It's just pumping so much blood into that one area. And as you can see, you can actually see the the veins and the blood getting pumped in just because of how intense these muscle rounds are. And I'm a sweaty motherfucker after these. As you can see, it's crazy seeing the sweat accumulate just within 2 or 3 minutes. But that's training with intensity. I believe this is the last one here. Yep, and then we head over. I'm really liking these curls, the Life Fitness seated curls. I honestly used to hate this machine, but I don't know why. Maybe I've just figured it out, or this machine specifically is a good one, because I know I've tried the hammer strength before and I didn't really like that, but I do like this Life Fitness. And here, honestly, I'm just trying to touch my arms. I have a separate arm day. And so my coach still wants me hitting arms on my pull and my push, buys and tries respectively, but not push the intensity as if, because we do have that second arm day. And like I said, I'm trying to get through this workout, so I do one crazy drop set where I go to failure a couple times and then I call it a day. So that was the sick day pull day. Not my best work, obviously, but it's better than nothing. So if you feel like shit today or tomorrow or next week and you think you can get to the gym, go. Maybe it's not the best workout. Maybe it's, 75% of your work capacity, but it's better than not doing anything at all. Unless you are severely sick and you need to rest, because recovery is a big thing. I think there's just you have to find that balance, right? And sometimes you do have to find the balance by, oh shit, going to the gym when you're sick and then realizing that was not the right call. And so you kind of find that line and where to stop yourself. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.